Hello everyone, I am Yashaswini and my team members are Tejaswini, Tayaba and Supriya. Today we are going to explain the IPL database, which is a professional T20 cricket tournament where multiple teams complete in a season. Coming to the introduction of IPL database, it stands for Indian Premier League, is one of the most popular cricket leagues in the world. With a multiple teams, hundreds of players, and numerous matches played in us each season, managing and analyzing the IPL data requires a well structured database. The database is designed to store and manage the comprehensive details about the tournament. Coming to ER diagram, ER diagram stands for Entity Relationship Diagram, is a visual representation of the data and the relationship between the data entities in a database. It is commonly used in a database to design and help the developers and analysts to understand the structure of the data before creating the actual database. In our ER diagram, we have used some entities, relationships, and attributes. Attributes are represented in rectangular shape, and the oval shape represents the entities, and rhombus represents the relationship. Here we have some attributes, that is players, teams, match, auction, performance, and stadium. Each entity has some particular attributes. Uh, Player belongs to team. It is of cardinality ratio m is to 1. Means many players belongs to one team. Similarly, auction is an attribute and auction as a relationship with performance, that is belongs to. Auction belongs to performance. Created the tables and inserted the values according to the IPL database. So we have a first query, that is which was the highest scoring match in the IPL history. So we have a query here. So let me execute it. Here we are selecting a match ID, sum runs as total runs in the match. The sum of runs will be as renamed as the total runs in the match. From the table performance, here the group by match ID. It will be grouped by the match ID and the order by total runs in the match. It will be in the descending order. It will be arranged in the descending order and limit to the 1. If we run, we get output as match ID 1 and total runs in the match is 112. The match ID 1 has the highest score, that is 112. Next, coming to the second query, which team has the lowest total score in a match? Select player 1 team ID. From the table team name, P dot match ID, and it sums as P of runs as total team runs. It sums all the runs and renames it as total team runs from performance table, and performance is named as P. Join player P1 on player ID. Here it joins the table player 1 and the player ID is equals to player ID. Join team T on P1 team ID is equals to T of team ID. Here it joins team and team ID. Then it comes as team T dot team ID. Group by P1 dot team ID and P dot match ID, comma T dot team name. Here it groups team ID, match ID and the team name, and it order by total team runs in ascending order. Here it arranges it in a total team runs in an ascending order. Team ID is 2 and team name is Chennai Super Kings and match ID is 1. Total team runs is 34. It is the lowest team according to our database. And the third question is, which team has lost the most wickets in a single match? Select P1 dot team ID. It selects the P1 from team ID, T1 team name, P dot match ID, and it counts the P dot player ID. It counts the how many player IDs are there as wickets lost. It renames as wicket lost from performance table and join player P1 on player ID. It joins player and player ID as P1 dot player ID. It joins team on team ID is equals to T dot team ID. Group by P1 dot team ID, comma P dot match ID, comma T dot team name. Here it groups team ID, match ID and team name. Order by wickets lost in the descending order. It groups like in a descending order. Team ID 1, team name Royal Challengers Bangalore, match ID 2 and the wicket lost is 1. Here it is team lost the most wickets in a single match. Next question is, which team has won the most matches at a particular stadium? It selects S dot stadium name, T dot T name and counts the match ID as wins. It counts the M dot match ID as wins from match M. It joins team T on M dot winner team ID is equals to T dot team ID and it joins the stadium on stadium ID is equals to S dot stadium ID. It groups by stadium ID and team name and it arranges in a group by descending order. Here it takes stadium name and wins. There are stadium names and team names and the number of wins in a particular stadium. This question is, which team has the best win percentage across the season? It selects team name and counts the number of matches as matches played and it sums the case when winner team ID is equals to T dot team ID, then 1 else 0 end as wins. It sums the winner ID as uh, it checks the team ID. It checks winner team ID which is equals to team ID, then 1 else 0 ends as wins. From team, join match M on T dot team ID is equals to M dot team ID and it groups by T dot team name and order by win percentage. It comes in a descending order. Listed and matches played and the number of wins of a particular team and the win percentage. Here, Royal Challengers of Bangalore have played two matches and they won two matches, so their win percentage 100. Chennai Super Kings has played two matches, but the win is 0, hence the win percentage is 0. And the next question is, which player has hit the most sixes in the IPL history? It selects P dot player name, some B dot sixes as total sixes. It counts the number of sixes are bowled from batting stats, and it joins player P on B dot player ID is equals to P dot player ID, and it joins player and player ID, which is equals to the player ID, and it grouped by P dot player name. It order by total sixes in a descending order. Player name and total sixes is 5. Next, further queries will be explained by my friend.
Further queries, and the question is, which player has scored the most runs in a single season? And we are pasting here our query. And we are running, and we can get the output that the highest scorer and their total number of runs in a IPL history. This SQL query is designed to identify the player who has scored highest total number of runs in IPL. It retrieves the data from the two tables, that is performance and the statistics. Select P dot player name, sum of PE dot runs has total runs. This means select, this tells the database what information we want to see. And P dot player name shows the name of each player, and sum into PE dot runs has total runs. Adds up all the runs scored by each player across all matches and labels the result at total runs. From performance PE joins player P on PE dot player ID is equals to PE dot player ID. We are working with two tables, performance, that is PE, and the player P. Join means it combines the two tables based on the matching player ID. So we can get the player's name along with their performance. Next, group by PE dot player ID, PE dot player name. It groups all the records by the player, so we can use the calculate total runs per play, not for everyone combined. Order by total runs in a descending order. It sorts the result from highest to the lowest total runs. Limit 1. It shows only the top player, the one with the most total runs. Finally, output we can get the number of the highest run scorer and the total number of runs in a IPL history. Next, we are continue to the next question, that is, which player has taken the most wickets in the IPL history? Now I am copying the query. Here I am pasting and run. And in this query, select PE dot player name, sum PE dot wickets has total wickets. This selects each player name from PE player name and the total number of wickets they have taken from sum into PE dot wickets with the result named total wickets. It will appear as total wickets. Next, from performance PE, join player P on PE dot player ID is equals to P dot player ID. This means it joins the performance table PE with the player table P using the matching player ID. This is necessary to get the player name along with the performance stats. Next, group by PE dot player ID, comma. p.player name. It groups the data by each player to sum up their total wicket across the matches. Next, order by total wickets in a descending order. And the limit 1. It orders the result in a descending order of total wickets and limits the result to just one row, meaning the player with the most wickets. And this query gives us the name of the player who has taken the most wickets in total across the matches in the database, along with the total number of wickets they have taken. Here you can see the output. Player name Ander Russell, total wickets he taken is 2. Next query is which bowler has the best bowling figures, most wickets in a match in a IPL. Let me copy the query and paste here. Byron. Okay, in this query is used to find the best bowling performance in a single match, specifically the player who took the most wickets in one match in a IPL. Select p dot player name, comma pe dot wickets, comma m dot match date. P dot player name. It is the name of the player. Pe dot wickets. Number of wickets the player took in that match. M dot match name. The date when the match was played. It shows the when the match was. Now we are going to the next question, that is which bowler has the best bowling figures, that is most wickets in a match in an IPL. Here I copied and pasted the query and the output is here. Let's see the line by line. Select p dot player name, pe dot wickets, comma m dot match date. P dot player name, it represents the name of the player. P dot wickets, it shows the number of the wickets and the match date appears on the output. From performance PE. PE is the short form we use to represent the performance. Performance table, we are selecting the player name, wickets and the match date. Join player P on the P.player ID is equals to P.player ID. We are joining the performance table and the player table by using the join. Join match M on P.match ID is equals to M.match ID. We are ordered by P.wickets in a descending order. We order the tables we joined here in a descending order, that is from highest to the lowest. Limit 1, we are using limit 1 here to display only the one output. By running we get the output, that is player name and a Russell, wickets taken 2, match date 2023 04 and the 06. Now we are moving on to the next query, that is which stadium hosted the most IPL matches? We are copying here and pasting. Limit running. So we get the output, that is Wankhede Stadium and the match count is 2. Select S dot stadium name count into M dot match ID has match count. These lines tell the database. We want to display the name of the each stadium and we want to count how many matches were played in that stadium by counting the number of match ID. From match M, we are selecting these values in a table, that is match, and we are using alias, that is M. Joins to stadium S on M dot stadium ID is equals to S dot stadium ID. This line joins the match table with the stadium table. It connects them using the common table, that is stadium, and S is a short form used to represent the stadium table. Group by S dot stadium name. We are grouping all these values using the stadium name and order by match count in a descending order. This groups in a result of each unique stadium. We use both the stadium ID and stadium name to ensure no duplicate or confusion, especially if two stadiums have similar names. Ordered by this line sorts result by match count from highest to the lowest. So the stadium with the most matches hosted appears first, and the limit one we are using here to represent the only one output which has the highest score. Here we can see the result, that is the stadium name Wankhede Stadium and the match count, that is 2. Stadium name is, here we can see the output from this query, and the next further query will be continued by my friend.
Everyone, I am Tejaswini. I just further continue the queries. Here question is like this. What is the average first innings score at a particular ground? I just copy paste this query, run it. Okay. Here the select s dot stadium name. It selects the stadium name and calculates the average p dot runs as the average first inning scores. The average p dot runs. This function finds the average number of runs scored by the players as average first inning scores. This gives a friendly name to a column in the output. Then from match m, here the match m as an alias name as m, then joins stadium s on m dot stadium id equals to s dot stadium id. Here the stadium id of the match table, that should be equals to the stadium id of the stadium table. This means this joins the match table to the stadium table, so we can get the stadium name where each match was played. Then join performance p on m dot match id equals to p dot match id. Here the match ID of M table match table, that should be equals to the match ID of the performance table. Means this joins the performance tables to get the run scored by the players in each match. Then group by S dot stadium name. This groups the data stadium wise so that the average runs are calculated for each stadium separately. Next move on to the another query. The question is like this: which team has the best winning record at a specific stadium? I just copy the query and I paste here, run it. Okay. Here I just select the s dot stadium name, then t dot stadium name, team name, then count as wins. Here we choose to show three things, that is the stadium name, team name, and number of wins. Then group by S dot stadium name, T dot team name. This groups the data by each stadium and team. So we can count how many times the each team won in the each stadium. Then order by S dot stadium name, wins in descending order. This means descending order. Here we saw the final output that first by the stadium name, which is alphabetical, then by numbers of wins in descending order. Means the team with the next question is, which team has spent the most money in ocean in the last 5 years? I just paste the query, run it. Oh, tayaba error ಐತಿ. Nils. Okay. Next question. Which team has spent the most money in auctions in the last 5 years? I just paste the query, run it. Okay. Here from auction A, we start with the auction table called A. This table has a record of which team brought which players for what price in which year. Then join team T on A dot team ID and T dot team ID. Here we are joining the table using the team ID, so we can get the team names instead of just IDs. Where year is greater than equals to 2020. We are only looking at the ocean records for 2020 onwards. This filters out the older data. Then we select the team name, then submit a dot ocean price as the total spent. Here we select the name of the team, then the total amount of the money they spent on the auction using the sum A dot auction price. This gives us the total spending per team. Then group by. Group by T dot team name. We group data by each team so we can calculate the spending per team. We order by total spent disk. We sort the results from the highest spending to the lowest spending, which is in descending order. Then limit one. We only want the top team, so the one that spent the most money will be in the topmost of the table, means in the first row. The further queries will be continued by my friend.
I am Supriya. I am going to explain this query. Which bowler has bowled the most dot balls in the IPL history? First, we are selecting the P player name, some uh, perfect dot balls underscore bowled as total balls bowled. It means that sum up all the balls bowled by each players across the matches. After that, from perform, it means that we are selecting by the performance buff and join the player on dot player id is equals to p dot player id. It means that they ordered by the total balls bowled in the decreasing order so that the bowler with the most balls come first. After that, where perfect wicket, perfect dot wicket, it means that where the wicket he has drawn, it isn't greater than zero. We are grouping in the decreasing order. It means that group by p dot player's name, and we are ordering by total balls balled in decreasing order. It is in the limits. So when we have run, the output will be like this. First of all, the player name is Andrew Russell, and there is an no values add because it's an under the greater than zero, so there is a no values. The next question is, which player has played the most IPL matches? So the query be like, the query be like, first we are selecting what is the main question is which players has played the most IPL matches. So first we are selecting the player's name and we are counting the distinct match IDs as match played from performance perform, and we are joining the players p on a performance id is equals to performance id. So it means that we are grouping groups the result by the player's name to calculate the match count for each players, and we are ordered by matches, like order the result in decreasing order that the player with the most matches appears first. After that, we are applied lastly limit. It means that limits the result to the player with the most matches. When we run the code, it shows that uh, which players has played the most IPL matches. Here, the most IPL matches as played by Virat Kohli. The player name is Virat Kohli, and the matches played is one. The output is be like. The next question be like, which captain has the highest win percentage in IPL history? The code will be like, first we are selecting the coach name as captain. After that, we are taking a keyword that is in round. After that, we are sum upping. So we are sum upping the team ID, then one else on end. This counts the number of wins of each teams. After that, from match M, we are joining the team that is an M team 1 ID, then T dot team ID or M team 2 ID is equals to team ID. It shows be like that. By this, the result by the coach of this team will be win percentage. Order the result by win percentage in the decreasing order, so that the it shows that which the captain has the highest win percentage in the come first. After, lastly, we are grouped by the coacher name, and we ordered win percentage in the decreasing order. So lastly, the limits are the result of the captain with the highest in the percentage. So the output is the captain as the highest, the one of the captain which having a highest win percentage, that is in hand of flower. He had a win percentage is 100. The output will be like this. The next will be
क्या सोच रही बोल क्या हुआ बोल मुझे मालूम है जो देखे मेरा मन बोले कि तू करना क्या होगा
okay. First, we are selecting a player name, year, and
हाँ
action price from action A, and we are joining to player P
क्या
on a
कर
player
सकते
ID, P player ID. Year, the A dot year is in retrieve the action year. After action price is retrieves the action price for the player in that particular year. While we using a where P player name, it means that Virat Kohli filter the results for the
आई करेंगे
specific player. Replace Virat Kohli with the name of player whose action price trend you
क्या
want
है
to
कुछ नहीं
track.
मिला को
After that, we are used to ordered by a
क्या
dot year. It means that order the result by an action
हाँ
year, so you can see the trend over a time. When we run the code, it shows that the player name is in Virat Kohli in the year of 2024. Action price is given here. Uh, this is my query. Thank you.